4.3 notes slope and meaning. Okay, we're going to go back to graphs and finding the rate of change, which is also called the slope, and we're going to give the meaning. So the meaning, we're going to follow the formula y per x. So going back to slope, since we're looking at a graph, we're going to do rise over run. So on my first graph here, I want to find the slope. So I want to find 2 points. And it can be, like you said, any 2 points on the graph, especially if they're on the corners of the graph. So I'm going to pick this one here, and I guess we'll pick this one here. Now the only difference from the graphs on 4.1 notes or 4.2 notes is that the scales are different. So we need to take into account the scales. So I'm not going down 1 unit and to the right 1 unit. Okay, I'm actually going down between 112 and 96. So between 112 and 96, that's a difference of 16. So I'm actually going down 16 units here. Not 1, 16 units. And I'm going to the right, that is 1 unit. So I'm going down 16 to the right 1. So the scales of the graph are going to become very important here. So my rise over run is negative 16 over 1, or that would just be negative 16. Now, what does that mean? That means the speed, my y variable, decreases, that's the negative, 16 feet per second per second. Time is my second. So that's the meaning. The speed decreases 16 feet per second. Here's my y, speed. It's decreasing 16, so I'm representing the negative 16 by decreases 16 feet per second per, and then my x value is seconds per second. Okay, number 2, again, you can pick any 2 points you want. I'm going to pick ones that are on the corner. This does not necessarily mean I'm going up 1 and to the right 1. Going up 1 means I'm going up from 4 to 6. So going up 1 means I'm going up 2. And to the right 1, that's not 1 unit. I'm going up 10 units. So my slope is going to be 2 over 10. And that's going to reduce to 1 over 5. So the meaning, I'm going up 1 mile, that's my 1 here and my y variable here, per 10 seconds. I'm going 1 mile per 10 seconds. It might make more sense to use every 10 seconds instead of per, and that's also fine. Might want to use every 10 seconds instead of per. 1 mile every 10 seconds. So that means that the distance sound travels in air goes 1 mile every 10 seconds. Number 3. I can see that my line here doesn't really cross the corners of my graph, so I'm going to use the ones that they've labeled here, 0 to 10 and 30. So I'm going down 210 and I'm going to the right 3. So I'm going down 210 and I'm running to the right 3. So I get negative 210 divided by 3, and that equals negative 70. Okay, or negative 70 over 1. So the meaning means I am traveling -70 miles or negative 70 miles closer to home every hour or per hour. Traveling negative 70 miles per hour. So that means that negative 70 represents how much closer you're getting to home. Negative 70 miles per hour. Okay. Going back to our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 and working with the tables and finding the slope and the meaning. Slope also means the rate of change. So here again, you can take any 2 points, and again, since we have points, we want to label them. I think I'm just going to take the first two. So this is going to be my x1, this is going to be my y1, this is going to be my x2, this is going to be my y2, and I'm going to plug them into y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to get 100 minus 90 divided by 6 minus 3. 100 is my y2 minus 90 is my y1. 6 is my x2 minus x1 is my 3. Now I'm going to simplify that. That gives me 10 over 3. And I'm going to leave it as an improper fraction. When we get to the meaning, again, we're going to do y per x. So my y's are the heart rate. So I get 10 heartbeats per 3 seconds or 3 minutes. I get 10 heartbeats per 3 minutes. That would be the meaning. Okay, number 5. Guess I forgot to label these 5 and 6. We have the length of a side and the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. So rate of change, I get to pick any two. I'll pick 5 and 15 as my x1, y1, and 7, 21 as my x2, y2. So plugging in my formula, I start with y2, so that's going to be 21 minus 15 is my y1 over x2 is 7 minus x1 is 2. 21 minus 15 is 6. 7 minus 2 is 5. I'm going to leave it as an improper fraction, and I'm going to have 6 units of perimeter per 5 units of side. Six units of perimeter per 5 units of side. Number 6. Again, rate of change. I think I'm going to start with 0, 0. That would be easy to work with. x1, y1. And the first one, x2, y2. So I'm going to start off with 85 minus 0, y2 minus y1 over 1 minus 0, x2 minus x1. That gives me 85 over 1, or just 85. And that means he's earning $85 per day. $85 per day. And we're ready to move on to our assignment.